So for once, I thought I'd sit down and talk to you about some good news. Yes, hallelujah. It seems like we might have had our first glimpse at the next generation. We were expecting the announcement from Intel any moment about the Arc G3 series of processors, and we've had it. But in amongst it and alongside it, we've also had some huge news about some devices that will feature this new processor lineup, and it gives us a glimpse at the future. So join me as I tell you all about it and not tell you about some terrible news about price rises for once. Isn't this great? The official word from Intel about the Panther Lake series of processors designed specifically for handhelds, and it is very exciting. This is a really exciting moment for us all. The Arc G3 and Arc G3 Extreme. There is indeed two flavors of this processor, and Intel also gives us a glimpse at what devices are going to be there from OEM partners. And we actually have three off the bat. We weren't expecting this straight away. As early as this morning, I was talking to MSI and saying, if there's any hint at anything that might be coming, please can you let me know? And they were tight-lipped about it. And it seems like just a few hours later, we get word. So yes, we are going to hear word about an MSI device, and we are also going to hear word about a OneXplayer device. And more interestingly, coming back into the handheld space is Acer in their Acer Predator lineup as well. So we've got some three really exciting handhelds coming. But firstly, the Intel news, let me tell you what they've said and why this might be exciting about the Arc G3 and G3 Extreme. And I'll read straight from their announcement so we get it from the horse's mouth. Designed for handheld with optimized core counts, power management, and software, Intel Arc G3 processors deliver leadership performance and efficiency for smooth immersive gameplay and exceptional battery life without compromise. Handheld designs from leading partners will launch in the coming months, beginning with Acer's Predator Atlas 8, MSI Claw 8 EX AI Plus, and a new OneXplayer. Intel Arc G series processors are purpose-built for handheld gaming, developed in close collaboration with hardware partners and software developers to deliver broad compatibility with uncompromised handheld play. Really exciting straight from the off, because it means and it shows that Intel have made this specifically for us handheld gamers and the handheld devices, rather than it being crowbarred from other lower powered devices. This is designed for handheld gaming, which means we are the central focus for once, which is fantastic to see. Intel go on to say, featuring up to Intel Arc B390 graphics built on Intel's latest Xe3 architecture, Intel Arc G3 series processors enable advanced technologies like real-time ray tracing and XeSS3 for high performance, smoother gameplay, and improved responsiveness, including Day Zero driver support ensures new releases and existing libraries perform their best from day one. Notable specs and features include immersive gaming with Xbox mode, faster game launches with Intel pre-compiled shaders, which downloads pre-built shader files from the Intel cloud for selected games. Quite a lot to unpick there straight away. XeSS3 is fantastic to see. That's going to be really exciting to see how much that does improve performance. We're looking at super resolution, XeSS multi-frame gen, and Xe low latency as well, to see if we do get real-time ray tracing and it not smashing our performance. That will be absolutely incredible. What's even more exciting about this is that they go on to say that there is going to be a rollout of these new processors in June from selected OEM partners. That is literally a couple of days away. So we're going to see this on the market straight away. This isn't some kind of announcement for the future. This is an announcement for right now. And of course, when they're talking about OEM partners, they've already said to us who that is. MSI, Acer, and OneXplayer. So we've got three devices straight away that are going to feature this family of processors, this flavor of the Arc G3 and G3 Extreme. Really exciting. So I suppose it does make sense to go on to talk about some of those devices that have been announced. No official word yet from MSI. I have asked them. They've not followed up. I think we're expecting to see a proper announcement from them actually at Computex. So we'll see in the coming days this new MSI Claw 8 AI plus EX, or whatever the title is going to be. But I would imagine, again, the 8 would suggest an 8-inch device. I wonder if they go for two flavors of that as well. If they've got G3 and G3 Extreme flavor, we will see. Over to Acer, which I think is actually quite interesting, because the Predator Atlas 8 handheld has been announced, featuring Arc B390 and B370 graphics, which suggests they have two flavors of this indeed, the Arc G3 and the G3 Extreme. Now, Acer have somewhat of a checkered experience with the handheld landscape, if I'm going to put it politely. The Nitro Blaze wasn't exactly a smash hit. In fact, some of them didn't even make it to retail. I remember the Nitro Blaze 11 in particular, which was announced around January last year. That never made it. We had a lot of questions about that, but it seems it is perhaps the best place in the market for them with the Predator range, because that is their higher end range, and this is obviously going to be a more premium device, a more expensive device in the gaming landscape. So maybe placing it in the Predator lineup, giving it a more premium price point, gives it a better chance of hitting the market. And the fact that it's going to use this new Intel lineup of processors does give it the best bet. The Predator Atlas 8, of course, the 8 does suggest an 8-inch display with an 80 watt hour battery. That 8-inch display is IPS. It's a 1920 by 1200, which means, yes, 16 by 10 ratio for all of you people that love the higher fringe. It is a VRR panel with a window of 48 to 120 hertz. 500 nits of brightness. So that sounds pretty comparable to what we've seen in the market from the other decent IPS screens that are on the market. So that's great. There are the two flavors, like I say, the Arc G3 Extreme with the B390 graphics and 12xe3 GPU cores. And the second version is the Intel Arc G3 with the B370 graphics and the 10xe3 GPU cores. Both versions are listed with 24 gig of LPDDR5X 7467 memory. What's also interesting as well is that there is a difference in battery capacity. I'm just reading with this between the Arc G3 version and the G3 Extreme version. The G3, the lighter version, has a 60 watt hour battery weighing in at 770 grams. And the Arc G3 Extreme version has an 80 watt hour battery weighing in slightly heavier at 810 grams. Actually quite interesting to see two different battery capacities there. So it suggests there's more under the hood that's different, and there's going to be a bigger discrepancy in price, I would suggest, although no word yet on that price point. Other specifications of this include a 1TB PCIe 4.0 SSD in a full-size M.2 2280, which is fantastic, which suggests that it will be easier for you to find replacements or even change it yourself. 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports and 65 watt USB charging, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth, and UHS 2 micro SD card reader as well as a 3.5mm audio jack. Again, like I say, no word or confirmation on pricing on the two different variants of the Acer Predator Atlas 8. No word or confirmation yet either on actual release date. I think we're looking at October time coming out for this one, which is really exciting. But more than anything, it's great to see a new player into the market space. And I think the Predator Atlas 8, looking at the specs, the fact that it's in the Predator range, I think is Acer's best chance of actually having a more successful entry into the handheld landscape. I think this could work. It does look like a genuine contender. The other one that we had confirmation of today is from OneXplayer. This is obviously going to be a bit more premium in the price point. They always tend to be. It's likely to be crowdfunded as well, I will imagine, so you get your pre-orders in. This is the OneXplayer 3 featuring an 8.8-inch OLED and the Intel Arc G3 Extreme. Now, we've seen them use a device with the 8.8-inch OLED before. I think they released one around last year for pre-orders. It looks like it's an identical display as to the one that we see in the Lenovo Legion Go 2, which is fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful to look at. It's huge. It's fantastic. So it's great to see another device hitting that OLED with an 8.8-inch, and OneXplayer here with their G3 Extreme version. And of course, being a OneXplayer device, it is absolutely spec rammed to the hilt. Again, like I say, that 8.8-inch native landscape OLED panel with 144 Hz refresh rate, VRR and HDR support, an 85 watt-hour internal battery, detachable controllers, Hall effect joysticks and rear buttons, USB 4, USB-A, mini SSD expansion, micro SD, and 3.5mm audio jack. It's literally got it all. Of course, this does sit alongside OneXplayer's other devices, which tend to sit in the Strix Halo lineup from AMD. We've seen a lot of them be announced for pre-order or campaign dates, and this is going to be another one, but their first one with the Arc G3 series in there. I'm going to be very excited to see this. I hope that we can somehow persuade them to let us borrow one so we can put it to its paces, maybe even sit it side by side with the Lenovo Legion Go 2. I think that'll be a really interesting comparison to see how identical those panels are, to see if indeed they are using the same technology, the same panel, but also to see performance side by side. Very exciting. I wish we had more news about the MSI device. I'm sorry that we don't. They just haven't come out with anything yet. There's no official word. But as soon as they do, I will let you know. I'm going to talk way more about all of this tomorrow in the podcast with Andy, because there's been a lot to unpack this week. Is the Steam Deck dead? And then literally the next day, Intel come and give us the next generation and seemingly perhaps change handheld gaming for this next generation. Acer stepping back in with a genuine contender. OneXplayer obviously doing what they do best and taking advantage of the bleeding edge of technology, and will charge appropriately for that as well. MSI stepping in with another Intel device. The fantastic thing to see was that their first Intel device was very good, but not very good day one. It took a while for drivers to catch up and for performance to really catch up with us, but I'm excited to see XeSS 3 in that. MSI have done a fantastic job with their previous claws as well. So lots to unpack, lots to look forward to in tomorrow's podcast. Let me know if you've got any questions down below about any of this. We're going to unpack it in loads more detail now, and I'd love to get some of your questions in the show as well. So leave those questions down for me and Andy down in the comments down below. Whilst you're down there, please do like this video. Of course, subscribe for more handheld gaming content. Make sure you join the channel membership so you can be part of the Discord and get early notifications on all this stuff, and talk to me and Andy directly as well. So all of that to look forward to. So lots of reasons to join us. I'll see you then.